All right, the Indian ODI squad for the New Zealand series is out. And wow, there are some big talking points. The selectors have definitely made some interesting calls. So we're going to break down this big shakeup. Who's in, who's out, and really, what does it all mean for the team?
So, the big question on everyone's mind, who actually made the cut? You know, the selectors have been busy, we've got some familiar faces coming back, but that also means some tough calls had to be made. Let's dive right in.
Okay, the biggest headline, without a doubt, Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer are back in the mix for the ODIs. This is huge. Their return is definitely going to shake up the batting lineup. But you know, the story behind each of their comebacks is actually a little different. And get this, it's not just about their batting. This completely changes the leadership dynamic. Gill is back, and he's leading the side as captain. Iyer's been named his deputy, but, and this is a big but, there's a catch when it comes to his appointment. So first, let's talk about the skipper. Shubman Gill is back to lead the team. Now, you'll probably remember he had to sit out the ODI series against South Africa last month. That was because of a neck injury he picked up during a test. Well, the good news is he's fully fit and he's jumping straight back into the captain's role. Then we have Shreyas Iyer, who's been named the vice captain. But you see that little asterisk right there next to his name? Yeah, that's not just for decoration. It points to something really important. And here's that catch we were talking about. Iyer's selection, well, it's not a sure thing just yet. It is completely subject to him getting a fitness clearance from the BCCI's Center of Excellence. He's been recovering from a spleen injury, so his place in the team and that vice captaincy, it all comes down to that final medical thumbs up. Okay, so when you bring two senior players back into the squad, it's simple math, right? Someone has to make way. And this is where things get tough, and where the selectors really had to make some difficult calls.
So who's out? Well, with Gill and Iyer coming in, 3 players from the last squad have been dropped. We're talking about Ruturaj Gaikwad, Tilak Varma, and the wicketkeeper Dhruv Jurel. You have to feel for these guys. It's a really tough break for them.
And what makes this even more of a head-scratcher is their recent form. Both Gaikwad and Varma have been absolutely on fire in domestic cricket. I mean, they both scored a century in the Vijay Hazare Trophy. It really sends a clear message from the selectors, doesn't it? It seems like for this series, they're banking on established experience over that kind of red-hot form. This whole shakeup also has a domino effect on the wicket-keepers. So KL Rahul is still the #1 choice, no surprise there, and Rishabh Pant keeps his spot as the backup keeper. That means, unfortunately for Dhruv Jurel, he's the one who gets left out this time around. Right, let's switch gears and talk about maybe the biggest name not on this list. We've gone over who's in, but the absence of all-rounder Hardik Pandya? That's a huge story in itself. So why isn't he there? Well, the official word points to a couple of key things. First, there's a question mark over whether he's fit enough to bowl a full 10-over spell in an ODI right now. And second, and this is the big one, the T20 World Cup is literally just next month. So managing his workload is priority #1. It looks like the selectors are playing the long game here, trying to make sure he's 100% ready for the World Cup. Okay, so we've hit the major headlines. Now let's round things out and take a look at the rest of the squad, just so we have a full picture of the team that's going to take on New Zealand. All right, let's talk about the bowling attack, because it's getting a pretty big boost. First up, Mohammad Siraj is back. He's going to be joined in the pace department by Arshdeep Singh, Prasidh Krishna, and Harshit Rana. And then, on the spin side of things, Kuldeep Yadav is leading that charge. And of course, you've got the all-rounders, Washington Sundar and Ravindra Jadeja, to back him up, giving them plenty of options. And of course, the big guns are here. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are still anchoring the team in the 50-over format. I mean, this is the only international format they're both still playing, and you just can't put a price on the kind of experience they bring to that top order. It's massive. So here it is, the whole shebang. The full 15-man squad laid out for you, and when you look at it all together, you can really see that mix of youth and experience they're going for. You've got Gill as captain, KL Rahul with the gloves, and a really solid group of all-arounders and bowlers. And look, Nitish Kumar Reddy also gets a spot, which is great to see. So let's boil this all down to the key takeaways. What are the 4 big things you need to remember? 1. Gill and Iyer are back, and Gill is captain. 2. Gaikwad and Varma are out, even though they're in great form. 3. Hardik Pandya is being rested for the bigger picture, the T20 World Cup. And 4. Mohammad Siraj is back to spearhead the pace attack. And all of this leaves us with one final massive question. With all these key players back in the fold and this clear strategy around workload management, Is this the squad that's finally getting India closer to its absolute strongest ODI team? I guess we'll have to wait and see.